will stay. We still have 10 more minutes before the break.
It's still got quite a while. So, should we get back on?
Do you have any thoughts on that? I think it's a particularly interesting question when you talk about exponential technologies, really, right? So, something that a company that I'm working with now is the biggest focus is on actually preparing for exponential technologies. And I started with my first book in programming was a Java book that was written in 2002. And I think maybe we can share some strategies, and I'm certain you have some bits of advice for this, Dr. Tang. What is it? It's more about the methodology, maybe, and the strategies that you use to pursue your goals, and maybe the motivation as well, right? That has something to do with being able to be successful, regardless if we're driving, Teslas or if we're in horse carriages, right?
Yesterday, my company celebrated for our 20th anniversary, and I got a lot of friends went to my 20th anniversary. Many of them actually, I knew them for 20 or even more years. So it's not easy for starting up or running any business. There's always ups and downs. However, challenges make people strong, and it is also through overcoming or learning through these challenges or even mistakes that you make, and you grow up and become stronger. So what I would suggest is just let the kids to make mistakes. Certainly it's not the real big one or something that leading to irreparable consequence. I mean, it's the small mistakes that let them make it. And trying not to give too much guidance. I also like William that I also born in Yunnan. Well, we have a lot of space, and because my parents have to go to work, and I only take care by my grandmother. And my grandmother, in fact, is not, as you know, they're not too young, and she cannot always keep her eye on me. So I actually have lots of freedom to go outside of my. It was a house, in fact, in Yunnan, just like in the village, and to go out to play with all the other kids on the playground, or the grassland, or nearby the paddy field, or fish pond, and we still grow up like here. And however, my grandma taught me, and that I still use it for my business, is honesty, and don't take shortcuts. And those look like old stuff that you may think about that I talk about it. However, it was something that I learned from my grandmother when she raised me up in the village. And that when I start my business, when I grew my business for the past 20 years, I continue to deliver based on the work that she has taught me, which is to be an honest person, as well as do not take shortcuts. And it is how that I keep on winning a lot of friends through my business journey. And that yesterday, when my company celebrates for 20th anniversary, it tells that it's in fact a lot of friends really know me for a long time. And they know that whenever I said that I'm committed to do, I will deliver.
Congratulations on your company's 20th anniversary. Thank you. So, I thought we talked about what your business and things that you've done along the way. Do you mind telling us how you started?
Oh, how I started? After I graduated from the university, I continued to study and teach Geographic Information System at the University of Hong Kong. However, I found that when I travel all over the world, I found that everywhere in the Western world, especially in the United States or in the UK they have already started abandoning hand-drawing maps or paper maps. Every and each of the countries start going towards using digital or creating digital maps, or we call geographic information system. And then when I back Hong Kong, I found that we are still using a lot of paper maps, and at that time we call it cartography, the hand-drawn maps. And when I taught my students in the University of Hong Kong about GIS, every year is only about 30 or 40 people, students graduate from my course, and it can't change the landscape of Hong Kong. And Hong Kong can't be transitions or transformed to a new economy with only a few or a couple of students graduate with this skill. So what I've done is, because I want Hong Kong to maintain its competitiveness, because I want Hong Kong to have digital maps, and I quit the university and I start up my business. And as you know that at that time, more than about 20 years ago, the government hasn't had any incentive, or not even any places like this from private sector to be able to support any of this technology startup. But I decided to start up a GIS company in Hong Kong in order to, first of all, build an ecosystem for Hong Kong, which include to drive the demand on digital maps. And then I locked the door on each and every of the government departments and public utilities and telling them that they need to transform from paper map to digital maps. As you may know, a lot of obstacles. And I got 11 months no salary at all, and I got bounced back many times. But right now I can tell you that more than 90% of the maps in Hong Kong or the geographic information that help to run Hong Kong are actually powered by the software that I brought to Hong Kong. And that is something that I can tell you, I can share with you, that whenever you have the dream, you have hope, and you think this is the right for Hong Kong, and it is also something that you believe that you can persist in doing so, just go for it. And so I've been able to overcome all these challenges. And now my company has over 100 people serving all the public and private sector, and now even to school kids using geographic information system.
1996.
Yeah, about that time.
Okay, that's right around the time when.
You're not born yet.
Yeah, well, not quite. It was kind of on the. It was in the maybe the future section, right? So you quit. You were a professor at University of Hong Kong, and so you quit your job to pursue Esri full time, right?
Yes.
And when you first started out, maybe one of the biggest challenges is getting people to jump on your ship, if you will, right? So if you're, it's hard to sell people when you say I haven't been paid for the last 11 months and I want you to join me, right? How did you never let go of your vision and not only not let go of yourself, but actually bring people on board that helped you, really build a huge enterprise 20 years later?
Yeah, this is a very good question. That how to nurture future talents that can support the technology growth together with the economic growth of Hong Kong. At that time, I didn't have a formula. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not sure I can be successful. But what I'm sure is whenever I travel around the world, it's increasingly a lot more courses on GIS is offered by different universities. So I again knock on the door of all the universities and high institutions in Hong Kong, telling them that what's happening all over the world, and they should have GIS degree courses, master courses, and hire lecturers, professors to teach it. So it's not easy, but right now I'm proud to tell you that all of the universities in Hong Kong have GIS courses, and 2 of them have master courses in GIS. And many of the courses in other disciplines also embrace GIS and put it as one of the subjects that's being studied by the students. So by creating the ecosystem, it's not only driving the demand, but also nurturing talents. And as well as at the same time is to whenever we have the ability, we better also pay back to society, because it's only when the society can sustain or can do well, then the need or there is a need of our business to exist. So this is what also my grandmother told me. Whenever we have the ability, we shall pay back or return to the society.
I guess these are, in our conversation so far, we have maybe finding that there's some key trends. So you talked about integrity and honesty earlier, and now giving back to society is key, maybe driving aspects of the vision, right? And I'm quite interested, how did you get early people to join on your team, actually your company?
Yeah, for early people to join my team, so first of all, in my company, I think at least half or more than half of them joined my company for more than a decade. And quite a few also joined me for more than 15 years. It means that they believe in what I'm doing a long time ago, or when the market is still not exist. So it is about sharing of passions to the other people. So when you have the passion in doing something, it's not only you do it, you have the opportunity to inspire, influence other people, and help and let other people to support your visions and missions, and also nurture them to have the skill, as well as inspire them to have the passion, same as you, to change the landscape. Change what landscape? Change the paper map landscape in Hong Kong to a digital map and thereby GIS. This is a very critical step. Without this, even we have Google or whatever kind of searching engine, we don't have maps in Hong Kong or digital maps in Hong Kong that you can use.
That was very, very interesting.
Thank you.
So, what advice do you have for kids who have idea in mind but they're not sure how to start? What do you think they should do?
Oh, okay. Now, according to the World Economic Forum, that Hong Kong's global competitiveness ranked number 9. And however, if you look into detail about the ranking, actually, innovations, Hong Kong ranked the number 27th in the world, which is not good, right? So, for kids, maybe you want to start something, or you want to become an entrepreneur, or you want to become a successful supporter within someone's business. Yeah, it's okay. However, I would strongly encourage you to become more innovative. Then you may ask me how. For me, every day what I do is that learn something new, do something new. Yeah, and to try to think out of the box on what you are doing, not just follow the pattern. Now, how to do something new? For me, which hand do you use to brush your teeth? Right hand? Sometimes I use my left hand. When you go out from your home to somewhere, you usually turn, for example, turn left from your home, and why not you turn right? Why not you turn right? Maybe you turn left normally. So kind of things, learn something new. I didn't know how to make cake, and I go to learn it. So it's this kind of thing that if you practice every day to learn something new, do something new, you will become at least a little bit more innovative sometime later on.
And what's your strategy for maintaining your Do you have a discipline about this?
Sometimes, yeah, that's true.
So like today is an odd day, I'm going to go one to the left, or something like that for you, or is it something that...
Yeah, certainly we need some discipline because it is a connected society. Everyone has a role, and we also need to support each other. So we can't just do whatever we want, and we need to work in a coordinated manner to support something to be happened and to be able to do it, say for Hong Kong or for your own. However, especially if I travel around the world, I try not to have any agenda. I try to have myself, I try to open up myself freely to any kind of people, environment that I may encounter, but not try to follow what's being said on the agenda. This might be, you may call it not disciplined, but it is somehow that I learned a lot through all this not disciplined travel.
It's kind of like today, we had an agenda and then we work around it, right? And we learn a lot of new things about organization and that nature. So you also hire a lot of people. You said you have over 100 people who work at Esri. In this rapidly changing environment, I'm sure that Esri has to develop new products every day, right? So how do you hire people that innovate? What sort of skills do you look for? And as people entering the job market, or maybe even if they want to change their career, what sort of things do you think they should think about?
We need all kinds of people. We don't, not just bright people. I love to work with people whose soft skills is even better than hard skills. Yeah, I published an article in Mettā today. You may want to take a look at that. It's about female and smart city. However, in the last paragraph, I mentioned that yes, STEM education is very important. STEM, STEM education, it should be in the curriculum. And what you learn from STEM, hard skills, yes, very important. However, what's more important is your soft skill. For example, your interpersonal communication skill, very important. Whether or not you can be able to play as a good teammate, is also very important. Can you persist when you face challenge? Can you be patient enough to listen to your mom? So kind of things are soft skill, right? And those are the things that I treasure even more than the hard skill that my colleagues that I will hire.
What about language skills? Do you think being able to speak in other people's language can help in any ways?
Yeah, in fact, I very much like the apps that you will be launching soon, which is about teaching the peers about the mother tongue that they have for each other. In fact, in Europe,